Hello there, everyone. This is Phantom Duels here, and today I'm going to be doing What If Issei Was the Reincarnation of Goku, Part 3, I believe. So, yeah, if this is in Part 3, I'm just going to write in the title correctly. So, I'm sorry if any of you guys look at the video and I put Part 4, Part 3, or Part 4, Part 5 of a mistake. But yeah, this is Part 3. I checked it. So, yeah, Part 3 of What If Issei Was the Reincarnation of Goku. So we're going the as I left it off was with Issei was fighting against Vegeta, and I'm gonna explain this one thing. Vegeta's a god of destruction. I believe I also explained it that the Dragon Ball universe was a long time before the High School DxD universe. So that's another point that I made. So let's get started. This is part three. As Issei was in his demonic Super Saiyan 4, about to hit Vegeta, when then Vegeta went into his Ultra Ego form, managing to tank the hit. But after the hit landed, Vegeta was punched into the ground, destroying the chamber's floor, the time chamber. As Issei had a evil smirk on his face, floating in the floating in the skies, Vegeta got up and said, "Nice job, kid. You made me use this form. You made me use this form." But then Issei said, "You're using your Ultra Ego, right?" Then Vegeta said, "Yes, this is what you want to learn, right?" With the Ultra Instinct, spoke Vegeta. Then Issei said, "I only have a minute left in this form." He spoke this in his head. I need to beat him as fast as I can. After a few seconds, Issei disappeared from Vegeta's and Whis' view, fast enough to not even let an angel see him. But they couldn't even sense where he is. As Issei grabbed Vegeta by the head, slamming him on the ground, Issei noticed under his hand was that Vegeta was smiling. But then Vegeta said, "Your time is up," as Issei's body started going back into his base form, making his grip on Vegeta be a little weaker than before. As Vegeta grabbed Issei's hand, slammed him on the floor, then jumped back up on his feet. Vegeta, who then grabbed Issei and threw him into the sky. But then Vegeta spoke. Then Vegeta looked up as he then teleported in front of Issei again, kicked him farther away from him, and did it 3 to 4 times. Kept on kicking Issei and hurting Issei as Issei couldn't defend himself. As Vegeta then spoke these words: "Well, kid, it was nice knowing you." Final Flash. As Vegeta was charging the Final Flash, Issei's body was going down and down and down. It, his body was going lower and lower into the ground as he was not that far from hitting the floor. Vegeta then let go of the Final Flash as Issei was in the attack, fully hit. The smoke in the sky, the smoke in the sky didn't let anybody know what's happening, but we kept on looking into the sky, even Vegeta. But before the attack hit Issei, we see Issei be brought to his mind as Issei sees Goku. And yes, this Goku is the main Goku. This Goku is a combination of all the Gokus that Issei has met. Just one Goku. As he smiles and says, as this Goku smiles and says, "Death is not ready for you to come meet him, and I'm not ready to leave this world. To leave this world. Are you, kid?" Then Issei says, "I'm not ready to leave this world either." As the attack hit Issei, leaving Vegeta to wonder, did the kid really die? But then Vegeta looks up at the skies and sees Issei floating, floating in the sky, managing to land on his feet. As Issei's body was leaning forward, his upper body was looking at the floor. His head, both of his arms were swinging. As Vegeta then says, "So you managed to survive? How interesting. Let's see. What do I do next?" As before Vegeta could do anything, Issei appeared right in front of him as his head was popped back up and he opened his eyes. Vegeta could see his sober eyes, and then Issei did the unthinkable. His once gray hair started glowing. His the two, as you see in the thumbnail, Issei has two like dark spots on his hair. Those went gray as well. Issei then looked at Vegeta and said, "I'm not going to die." But before Vegeta can say anything, Issei punched him in the gut as he then sent Vegeta flying and appeared behind him. Vegeta, who was sent flying by Issei's punch, started kick Issei was getting kicked by Issei. Then Issei continued kicking him again. Issei kept on teleporting and kicking Vegeta until the last kick was far enough for Issei to start yelling, "Ah, meh, ha, meh." When Issei did that, Vegeta had a smile on his face because it was the only move his old friend Goku used very often, as Issei let go of the Kamehameha, launching it at Vegeta. Ah! As Vegeta took the hit. When Issei was done with the Kamehameha, his body felt unrestrained as he landed on his feet, as he landed on his knees, and looked up at the sky. His once sobery gray hair disappeared and went back to his regular. As Vegeta took the hit, and once we see the smoke clear, Vegeta was on his feet. His shirt was torn, but he was still fine. As Issei said, "I guess I have a long way to go." Issei then fell to the ground, his Ultra Instinct form leaving him. As Vegeta then said, "Whis, heal the kid, and then heal me." Making Whis wonder and then ask, "Why, my lord?" But then Vegeta spoke, "We're going to train the kid to control both of the forms, both Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego." Whis nodded at Vegeta and went on to heal him, and after he healed Vegeta, he went on to heal Issei. He did that, but instead he grabbed Issei and was healing him on his way to Vegeta's planet. As Vegeta decided to be before Whis left to heal Issei, Vegeta told him, "As you heal him, grab him and let's take him to our planet." Vegeta then said thank you to Whis, but then they left. But then we go back to everyone outside the chamber. After Sir Sex told everyone what war about the war happening in 2 years' time, they all trained with the power given to Sir Sex by the five people, as the power they were given was very demonic. And yes, they gained the power while training in the chamber that Sir Sex was given the key to. But they didn't really care if the power they still had if the power they had was evil. As long as they could kill Issei, they would be fine. And one more thing, yes, they are still training in the chamber as I said in the last video. But because of their training, everyone felt strong enough to fight Issei. But Sir Sex stopped them and said there is still a year and 5 months left. So train. But then we go back to Issei, who was getting beaten up by Whis every time Issei couldn't land a hit on him. But then Issei said fine, closing his eyes and then opening them again. Seemed to be in the omen form of Ultra Instinct, but then Issei did that. He rushed at Whis in a blink of an eye and was about to hit him. Issei hit didn't land, but he managed to surprise Whis on on him managing to maintain the Ultra Instinct form. When then Issei said, "I've been training non-stop for 5 months in my head with different versions of myself in the chamber. I should be able." And we're gonna go to a flashback of Issei's training. Issei was training with all the forms of Goku: Angel, Yamoshi, Demon, and I believe I forgot one more. It's three or four. If you guys in the comments can tell me if it was three Gokus or four, I don't really remember. Sorry. Issei Issei's 14 years was actually a lie that was told by the Gokus. He was actually training for an entire month on those forms. If Issei was training there for a month, he was spending 5 months each time training with each Goku. But the the one Goku that made him actually understand that he was there is more longer than he should have been was demonic Goku. Goku with Demon Key. That Goku made him understand that he was there. He was in that chamber for more time than he should have been. As in the real world, 5 months, half of like the anime was gone through. Season 2 and 1 in those 5 months was done. The other 4 seasons, the other seasons left. I'm just gonna go through them. I just have to continue. Was still going on, and this is what I'm trying to explain. But yeah, Issei then remembered that he has been. Then when Issei got out of the chamber, he saw that he was told by Goku before fusing with him that 5 months have gone by, spoiling the telling him the honest truth that he was being lied to by all the Gokus just for him to train. And in this episode, I'm going to finally explain what happened to Issei's parents. And you guys might have been wondering what happened to those. But yes, Issei's parents were killed by Rias. And, no, not by Rias. Why would I say Rias? They were killed by Vali. Yes. Before Vali would have right to get rid of Issei permanently, he would first try to kill Issei's parents, which they couldn't do anything against Vali. So Vali just killed them. The white dragon didn't do anything. He just felt like maybe this will give the red dragon the motivation to fight him and actually finish the war between them two. Uh, they didn't think about that what would happen, how strong Issei would become after he finds this out. And yes, Issei found this out on this certain day. After this happens on this happened on the fifth month. On the fifth month, this certain person, we are not going to name the person. He had a halo on his back, a halo, yes, on a halo on his back, and has silver hair, but he didn't show his face. He told Issei to go back home and to check on his family and then he said, "When you do that, until we meet again, young son Goku." When Issei heard that, the person fully disappeared. And this person is, I will never say it until I get to the part, but he was being watched from different realms of, he was being watched by different realms. Yes, different realms. Realms. So basically, as you guys know, Dragon Ball and High School DxD are in one realm, so you should probably know who I'm probably dragging into this. If I'm saying realms, we have multiverses, and we have a certain person, a certain person who can erase multiverses in a snap. Issei then listened to the person and went home. When Issei saw his parents, his home was destroyed. All Issei felt was anger, and that's basically how Issei managed to get all the fury, all the power of basically Demon Goku. And yes, Demon Goku's powers are pretty simple to master if you have the rage of if you have the rage of everyone, if you have the rage of free, I was saying basically, which Issei is a Saiyan, but because of him not having the absolute rage of anything, it was a good idea for me to get rid of his parents. And I'm sorry to those people who were like, "Wow, I'm brutal." I'm not really brutal. I just needed to get rid of his parents. So basically, after that, when Issei found that out, Issei was in his knees crying, begging for his parents to come back as tears were streaming down Issei's eyes. Issei lost all conscious of no, yes, and he just went on a rage mode. And this is how it led for Issei to go to the demon world. The rage of Issei destroyed half of the city, which was then announced on the news when Rias and everyone else came back. Yeah, those news were very interesting. But then we continue. We go back to present time. Issei remembered that his rage and decided to do this. As Issei said, I should be able to control the master version. As Issei released all his energy from his body. And this is the end of the what if. This what if was pretty short, I know that. But the next one, which will be part four or part two of what if Goku was sent to high school DxD, will be released next week on Friday or Thursday if I get it done early. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Fanta Duos here, and goodbye. Have a good day, everyone.